Hey everybody, how's it going? Dale here. Today I want to do a quick little video on Windows 11 and the taskbar. Some people don't like the new arrangement of the taskbar, mainly that everything is centered at the bottom. I personally don't mind it myself. They've added the little widgets thing over here. If you got a Microsoft account, you can access their widgets. I'm not a real big fan. Like if you want to get a glance at the weather here, you can open up weather in your web browser. But if you do like I did, just go into the Microsoft store and you can download the weather app just like we had in Windows 10 and stick it on your taskbar or someplace where you can get to it. So you can still drag and move your icons around and things like that. One thing you can't do that I don't like is drag and drop. I've always been a drag and drop kind of guy. Like for example, if I want to move my calculator down on the taskbar, I can't. They don't let you drag and drop. You can, however, right click on pretty much any app and pin it to the taskbar just like that. It'll drop it down there in place and you can move it wherever you want. We still have our sys tray and our notification center over here on the far right, and of course the start button. But some people don't like it centered, but there is a way. They did give you a way where you can move it back over here to the left. If we just to get to taskbar settings, you can do it one of two ways. Just click on start, go to your settings. Quickest way is just right click on the taskbar and go into taskbar settings. Now these are the settings that Windows 11 gives you for your taskbar. Not a whole lot going on in here, but the first four are these right here. You got your search, which if you click on start, you have search right here. So do you really want it here as well, taking up space? If you want to get rid of it, just simply turn it off and boom, it disappears. The other one is the task view or multiple desktop view here, like that. Let me go back into settings here. You can turn that off as well, get rid of that if you're not going to be using that. The other one, of course, is the widgets app over here. If you're not a fan of that, you can simply turn it off and it disappears. And then of course the Microsoft Teams chat icon here, you can't right click on these and unpin them. You have to turn them off. So I'm going to turn that one off. So we just freed up some clutter on our taskbar. The other obvious things are a pen menu, touch keyboard, virtual touchpad. If you have a touchscreen device, you might want to have some of these on. I don't on this computer, it's my desktop, so I'm going to leave those off. The taskbar corner overflow, that's this area right here with your little hidden icons here. You can click and drag these down to be visible just as easily as you can turn them off over here, turn them on and off. If you want to clean that area up, just put them in what they call the overflow area. So that's it on that. Then taskbar behaviors at the very bottom here, click on that. You can still automatically hide your taskbar. If we check that box, you'll see my taskbar magically disappear. So when you put your mouse down here, it reappears just like that. So I'm going to turn it back on. I personally like having it on. And here we have the alignment of the taskbar. You can see by default it's always going to be center, but if you want to shove it over to the left, just choose left and it magically goes back to the left. And here's got your start menu over here. Everything's just over on the left. I'm going to put it back in the center because I actually like it in the center. I still use Windows 10 a lot on my other computers, and I've been using 11 for quite a while, getting the hang of it. I like it. So far, no issues with compatibility or anything like that. But that ability to drag and drop stuff onto the taskbar, that's kind of annoying. But like I said, I understand. I think they're going to bring that back in 22H2, the next feature update for Windows 11. The other thing that some people, customers of mine, have asked me is about, hey, I can't move my taskbar. Before, if you had the taskbar unlocked in Windows 10, you could just click it and drag it to the right, drag it to the left, or drag it up to the top. Probably the top was the most popular one. I would see when people brought in their computers, they like it at the top. I like mine at the bottom. So I am going to show you a way in the registry. We can make a little tweak if you want your taskbar on the top. So to do that, we're going to have to open up the registry editor. So I'm going to click on start. I'm going to click up here and search, and boom, there's our search, just like we had down here with the icon. So I already have it here, but you would just type in registry editor and you'll see it pop right up. Just open up the editor And we're going to navigate all the way through this. We're going to go to H key current user. We're just going to double click that. We're going to go to double click software. We're going to go down and double click Microsoft. This is very, very simple little modification we're going to do here. We're going to go down to Windows, double click Windows. We're going to double click current version right here. And we're going to find Explorer right here. We're going to double click that. And then we're going to look for this one right here. Stuck, starts with stuck. Okay. And what we're going to do is change a setting. Over here where it says settings, we're not going to add anything here. We're just going to double click settings here. Now be very careful in here. You're only going to change one thing. It's on the second line in this cell right here where you got this 03. Just double click that so it's highlighted. And we're going to change that value to 1 and it'll make the taskbar magically appear on the top. You can change this back at any time. So I'm going to type in 01. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to close out my registry editor. Now at this point you would either need to restart your computer or restart Windows Explorer. So I'm going to restart Windows Explorer. I'll right click on the start button, go to my task manager, and scroll all the way down to the bottom here. And here it is right here. Just highlight it or right click on it and hit restart. And there you go. You have your taskbar nicely placed at the top. So if you're one of those people that liked it at the top with Windows 10, now you can move it to the top. But you can't, I don't know of any way to get on the left or the right. Not yet. I don't know if they'll bring that back again in 22H2. I don't know. But so I'm going to go back into my registry editor real quick. I'm going to go back here, double click settings. I'm going to change 01 to 03. Hit OK. Close this out. Right click on my start button, go to my task manager, and I'm just going to change it back so it's back at the bottom so you can see that it actually works. Again, I'm going to hit restart. Give it a second, and there it is back on the bottom. So that's how you can move it to the top or back to the bottom. Another thing in Windows 11 you can't do is change the size of your icons. If you remember, in Windows 10, they had a setting on Taskbar Settings where you could actually change the size of your icons. I believe it was like large and small. So I will show you another little registry tweak we can do here if you want to make them bigger or really tiny. So to do that, I'm going to go back into my registry editor. Oops. Go to search, open it back up again, and let's navigate all the way back to the top here. I'm going to do this all the way through so you can see. Just always be careful when you're in the registry. Don't change or delete anything accidentally, please. Just be very careful. So to make the icons bigger on the bottom taskbar down here, what we're going to do is go to H key current user, double click that. We're going to go to software, then Microsoft. I'm going to go to Windows again, almost the same place. Then we're going to go to current version, and we're going to go to Explorer. Then we're going to go to Advanced right here at the top. Okay, and over here we're going to add a new key. So to do that, just over here in the empty area, just right click, go to New, D word, 32-bit value, choose that. And down here it appears, but we have to name it something specific. So we're going to call it Taskbar SI. Okay, and then just hit enter. Now we're going to double click it. And we're going to set the value. Now the value, the default value would be 1, the size that they are right now. So if we choose 0, it's going to make them very tiny. And if we can also change it to 2, which will make them quite a bit larger. So let me change it to 2, because like I said, 1 would be the default. So I'm going to hit 2. I'm going to hit OK, minimize that. And again, do a restart on your computer or just open up your task manager and restart Windows Explorer. All the way down to the bottom, choose it, hit restart. Now you can see how the taskbar and all the icons got quite a bit larger. So let me open my registry editor back up and let's do the other extreme here. I'm going to double click it. I'm going to change this value to 0. Hit OK. Just minimize that out of the way. And go back to Task Manager. Restart Explorer. Just right. You can choose it and hit Restart here as well. Now if you want, look at how tiny they got. So you got 3 options: either the default size, make them quite a bit larger, or make them quite a bit smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and change it back to the default size. I don't mind that, but that's how you can change the size. Let me set it back to 1. I'm going to hit OK. Go to Task Manager, restart my Windows Explorer again. Now we're back to normal. So that's one way you can do that. The taskbar, unfortunately, there's not a way in Windows 11, nor was there in Windows 10, where you could just change the color of the taskbar. There are some apps that you can get, some ones you can buy and some that are free, where you can change like the transparency and even the color of the taskbar. If you choose different themes under personalization, you can, like a dark theme, that kind of thing, you can get accent colors. But to change just the color of the taskbar, as far as I can tell, there's no way to do that. If we go into the Microsoft Store, we type in task, there's an app in here I messed with. It's called Translucent TB for taskbar. Choose it. Let me hit install. If you just want to make it translucent, you can with this free app here. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open it. Just hit continue here. And now, as it says here, the translucent TB, it lives in the systems tray, which is right here. Let me get rid of this notification. It's right here. You can right click on it. You got a lot of different things you can do. But as you can see, my taskbar is pretty much translucent now. You can see through it, but there is a tiny little thread of a line going across here. It doesn't completely disappear. So if you want it translucent, that's one way you can do it. Again, there's other apps I've seen out there that are little, I've messed with them. I don't really like them. This one is the simplest. If you just want it to run every time you boot up your system, it'll run down here in your systems tray. And there you have an invisible or translucent taskbar. So anyway, that's about it on the taskbar, guys. I hope that was helpful. And like I said, I like Windows 11 so far, so good. We'll see what happens in 22H2 version feature update when it comes out, see what kind of changes they make. But I hope you found the video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Appreciate y'all watching. Have a great day.